In the Bible, we see over and over again that just because someone has been given the authority within a system doesn't mean that they've been given divine jurisdiction. Power, authority, and jurisdiction are not just systemic terms, they're ontological terms. Jurisdiction is given by the Most High. In this video, we'll be breaking down what it means to be given jurisdiction to govern, why you've been given it, and how to fully inhabit it. Hi, I'm Naomi Olatayo, the Brand Priestess, and I awake in founders and high-ranked leaders to the governance. Here we talk about brand strategy and architecture for empire building and realm authoring. If this video resonates with you, I would like for you to click the link down below to download my free audio transmission titled From Leadership to Governance, Recognizing Your Unclaimed Jurisdiction. It's a free 35-minute audio that prolific leaders and founders listen to when they realize that the cost of operating beneath their jurisdiction has become too expensive to justify. And if you haven't already, I would like for you to watch my video that's linked down below titled, What is Governance? What it really means to have the jurisdiction of a governor. This video builds off of that, and that is linked in the description down below. Anyways, let's get into today's video. When I speak about governor's jurisdiction, I'm not talking about authority. Trump has authority. It doesn't mean that he has jurisdiction. In a systemic sense, yes, but in every other sense, no. And you might be wondering, well, if he's in power, what does it mean? The only reason why we feel powerless against administrations like Trump is because we lack wisdom on jurisdiction. And it's why, if you haven't watched my What is Governance video, make sure to go watch that, definitely. There's a difference between being elevated within a system to be given authority versus being ordained by God to author. There are loopholes to be given natural jurisdiction, even if you're out of alignment. But at the end of the day, we're all governed by God, source, universe, whatever. Either way, it's all the same. There is an order to things. The same way that there's an order to our bodies that keep us functioning. If the heart beats too fast, something's wrong and it throws us off. If our blood pressure is too low, something's wrong. If I heat up too much, I could die. This order is not a religious order. This order is coherence. It's alignment. It's things that maintain life. It's life-giving. So when I say that we're governed by God and that there's an order, that's what I mean. There's a standard and order and perfection. And I use that loosely, but all it really means is just coherence. Like I was saying, like, you have scoliosis, some things, you know what I mean? Like, there's an order everywhere, everything. There's always an order. When you are a teacher and the kids start bouncing off the walls, there's lack of order. There's an order to how the schoolhouse is run. When the government gets shut down, there's a lot of disorder because something's not coherent. It's the same thing. The world as a collective and as an environment, there's an order. And the order is reinforced according to our ontology, our nature and being, our nature of being. We are all made with a purpose and a function. In church, we say things like there are prophets, evangelists, teachers, and according to their function, they're given authority. But for governance, authority is not the highest form of power. Jurisdiction is. The definition of authority is the power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. The definition of jurisdiction is the official power to make legal decisions and judgments. The jurisdiction governors have deals with the realm's laws that order the relationship we have with reality. Think capitalism. Most of us can't even think of an alternative to capitalism. It is all-consuming, all-encompassing. It is not something that can just be chosen against. It's reality itself right now. Even anti- and post-capitalist theories are inherently capitalistic. Capitalism is reality. And for many of us, we don't see reality outside of capitalism. That's what a realm is. Most people lack the altitude to see that systems are outcomes of something more original. like I was saying, like a lot of us see that capitalism is reality, but reality is not capitalistic. It's just that's how reality has been ordered for us for so long. So many of us fail to see that we're governed by laws that make up a realm that then produces conditions that make up the outcomes we experience in the forms of systems, communities, and identities. The ones who do see that, though, are governors, and that's what separates a governor from everyone else. That is their realm of jurisdiction. How they see things, like beyond capitalism, beyond natural reality, and what happens before that, that's what governors do. Governors' jurisdiction is ontological. Their spiritual, mental, and energetic makeup gives them the interiority to not just govern, but to see. Like, how do you explain to some people that religion isn't reality? When you talk to some people, they really believe that. They can't see reality outside of this defined segment that has been in their life since childhood. Or you think about the patriarchy. Like, for so many years of history, we've been suppressed and oppressed by the patriarchy, both men and women, but especially women and children. You would have thought there was nothing else because it's reinforced culturally through our language, through religion. Like, these realms are hyper reinforced by other realms, by other domains, etc. Most people can't see beyond that. We can't see the governing logic behind reality. We think reality is just as it is, but it's never as it is. Reality is infinite, naturally. The governor's jurisdiction is also by birthright, which is given to them by God, and it's ordained according to their consent and capacity. You don't claim governance. You recognize it within yourself, and you have it confirmed by God. And even at the end of the day, most people can't conceptualize and take that conceptualization and build according to that conceptualization. That's beyond our embodied reality right now. So it's pretty easy to be able to tell, for me at least. But sometimes people have to grow into it. And so they might be at a place where they don't have that capacity to see, but as they grow and accept their governance, they'll be able to see a lot clearer. Governor's jurisdiction is the responsibility for outcomes. Most people are not directly responsible for the collective scale outcome generation, but governors are. The same way that there were a set of conditions that were intentionally engineered to produce the results that we see in capitalism is the same way that governors think. They engineer those environments, those conditions for certain outcomes to be produced. Those who claim governance without the proper jurisdiction look like Trump, Epstein, colonizers. It's just collective chaos or immorality. This is also why I've learned to be very careful with how I share certain things. I mean, all of my teachings, besides what you see on YouTube and Threads and TikTok and my mailing list, well, my public mailing list, the ones that people join once they purchase something with me. And then I also have another mailing list. But yeah, it's just, I keep a lot of things gatekept because I don't want to enable anyone to just do something that we see a lot of bad people are doing. But for those of you with God-given governance level multi-venture visions, it's time for you to wake up. You've been given a jurisdiction, and it may not be expressed right now in infrastructure, in power, material power, but you've been given this vision to actualize it and to grow into those things. You may be someone who is an influence of power and you feel stifled because you have been put in a position that is beneath your jurisdiction and it contradicts the vision that God has given you. Whatever it is, you found the right place. And if you haven't already, make sure to download my free audio transmission titled From Leadership to Governance, Recognizing Your Unclaimed Jurisdiction. That will be linked down below. Anyways, I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so to be notified when I post next. Bye.